Marcus Hale wiped the sweat from his forehead as the storm raged outside the hangar. Rain pounded against the metal roof, and lightning split the dark sky. The colony was quiet tonight, almost too quiet. He checked the controls of the drones one last time before settling into his chair, hoping for a calm night. But calm nights were rare here. A strange sound made him freeze. It was soft, almost like a whimper. He frowned. Only humans worked in the hangar at this hour, and everyone was accounted for. Yet the sound came again, this time sharper and more urgent. Marcus slowly walked toward the back, his boots squeaking on the wet floor. There, near the crates, he saw it. A tiny creature, curled in the shadows, trembling. Its skin shimmered faintly, a soft glow that seemed to pulse with every breath. Its eyes were wide and filled with fear. Marcus took a cautious step forward, trying not to scare it. The creature flinched, curling tighter into itself. "Hey, it's okay," Marcus whispered. "I won't hurt you." The creature's wings, small and delicate, twitched nervously. Marcus had never seen anything like it. It looked like a dragon, but a baby, tiny and fragile, with scales that seemed to reflect the storm's flashes. Its small snout sniffed the air, and it let out a soft squeak. Marcus crouched, keeping his hands visible. "Where did you come from?" he asked quietly. There was no answer, only the whimpering. The storm outside made him tense, but he felt a pull he could not ignore. The baby was alone. Lost. Afraid. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small piece of protein bar. Slowly, he held it out. The creature's eyes focused on it, but it did not move. Marcus stayed still, waiting. Minutes passed like hours. Then, almost imperceptibly, the dragon inched forward. It sniffed the bar and carefully took it. Marcus exhaled softly. "You're hungry, huh?" he murmured, a smile breaking through. He looked around. The hangar was empty, but it was warm and safe. If the baby could hide here, it might survive the storm. The thought made Marcus' heart beat faster. He had worked here for years, fixing drones and machines, but this was something new. Something alive and fragile, needing him. The storm grew louder, and Marcus could hear the wind tearing at the hangar doors. The creature shivered again, and he noticed its small body quivering uncontrollably. He decided it needed more than just food. He moved slowly, carrying a small blanket from the corner of the hangar. The baby hissed softly but did not run. Marcus laid the blanket near it, then stepped back. For the next hour, he watched. The storm raged, the rain fell like knives, and the hangar shook with each gust of wind. But inside, in the corner, the small dragon rested on the blanket, nibbling carefully on the food Marcus had given it. Its glowing scales were faint now, dimmer than before. He realized it must be scared and exhausted, hiding from something far worse than this storm. Marcus thought about the colony rules. Aliens were rarely welcome, especially unknown species. Harboring this dragon could be dangerous. He could lose his job, maybe even face punishment. But he couldn't turn away. Not when the little creature looked at him with those frightened eyes, trusting him enough to eat. Courage, he thought, wasn't always about fighting. Sometimes it was about doing what was right, even when it was risky. Hours passed, and the storm finally began to calm. The dragon slowly relaxed, its body stretching a little, wings folding gently against its sides. Marcus noticed it looked smaller than he expected. Weak, hungry, and alone. He whispered softly, "You're safe now. I won't let anything hurt you." The baby's glowing scales pulsed faintly again, like a heartbeat in the dark. Marcus felt a strange warmth in his chest, a mixture of fear and hope. He didn't know where it came from, or how it had arrived, but he knew one thing: he had to protect it. Somehow. Outside, the storm began to fade, leaving the hangar dripping with water and shadows. Inside, Marcus sat quietly, watching the dragon as it rested on the blanket. For the first time in a long while, he felt a sense of purpose beyond machines and drones. Life, fragile and scared, had landed in his hangar, and he would not let it down. As he closed his eyes for a moment, he thought about tomorrow. He would need a plan. Food, shelter, safety. And maybe, just maybe, he could learn why a dragon baby was here, alone, scared, and hiding. But for now, he stayed close, letting the little creature know that, for the first time since it had arrived, it wasn't alone. The next morning, the hangar was quiet except for the soft drip of rain from the roof. Marcus Hale moved carefully, knowing the dragon baby was still hiding. He hadn't given it a name yet, it didn't seem ready to trust him fully. Its eyes, bright and wary, followed him from the shadows as he checked the drones and machinery. Every movement of his boots made it flinch. The baby dragon was small, no bigger than a human toddler, with scales that shimmered faintly in the morning light. Its wings were folded tightly, and it hugged itself as if trying to make itself invisible. Marcus could see the fear in its eyes, the memory of whatever had brought it here still haunting it. He spoke softly. "Don't worry. I won't hurt you," he said, though he wasn't sure if it understood. The dragon hissed lightly but didn't move. Marcus sat down on a crate, trying to appear smaller, less threatening. He reached out a hand, palm up, and waited. The dragon's eyes darted nervously to the hangar doors. Marcus followed its gaze and noticed the colony patrols moving past outside. His stomach tightened. If the dragon made a sound now, someone might see it. The consequences could be severe. He swallowed, trying to focus on the dragon. For hours, the baby stayed in the shadows. It would occasionally creep forward to nibble on the small food Marcus left, then retreat as soon as he moved. The storm from last night had passed, but the dragon acted as if danger still lingered in every shadow. Marcus realized the little creature had seen things most humans couldn't imagine. Something in its past had made it terrified of everything, even kindness. Marcus decided he had to gain its trust. He remembered the way humans worked with wild animals on Earth long ago, offering calm, patience, and gentle presence. He sat quietly, letting the dragon watch him without trying to touch it. Slowly, he whispered small words, repeating, "It's safe. You're safe. I won't let anything hurt you." At first, nothing changed. The dragon stayed curled up, trembling. But as hours passed, it began to relax slightly, letting its glowing scales shimmer a little more brightly. Marcus noticed its small head tilt when he spoke, its ears flicking with curiosity. Small steps, but progress. Just as he was starting to feel hope, a loud noise shattered the quiet. One of the colony's drones malfunctioned outside, crashing with a metallic bang. The baby dragon leaped back in terror, its wings flaring in panic. It hissed loudly, and Marcus' heart raced. "Shoo, it's okay," he said quickly, standing slowly to appear less threatening. He could see the dragon's eyes wide with fear, glowing faintly in the shadow. Its tail whipped back and forth, signaling pure panic. Marcus knew he had to act fast. He moved slowly, lowering himself to the ground again, and offered a piece of food. The dragon hesitated, sniffed the air, then snatched it quickly before retreating again. Marcus nodded softly. I know you're scared. But you can trust me." He stayed there for hours, letting it come closer in its own time. He realized he could not force trust. It would take patience. Courage was required, not force. Outside, the colony was alive with suspicion. Any unknown creature could mean trouble. Marcus knew the rules: aliens were forbidden without authorization. He could get in serious trouble. But as he watched the dragon hide in fear, his decision became clear. He would protect it, even if it meant risking everything. Courage, he thought, was standing for what was right, even when everyone else expected you to follow the rules. By evening, the baby dragon had inched closer to the blanket Marcus had placed for it. Its small snout sniffed cautiously at his hand. Marcus didn't move, just let it take its time. Slowly, it allowed him to touch its scales lightly. The warmth of contact, though brief, was a small victory. The dragon had begun to trust him. Marcus could feel the weight of responsibility pressing on him. This tiny creature depended on him entirely. It was hungry, weak, and alone in a world that might not understand it. But even in its fear, Marcus saw potential, a spark that maybe, just maybe, could change everything. Night fell again, and the hangar grew dark. The storm had passed, leaving only a soft drizzle outside. Marcus sat quietly, watching the dragon curl up on the blanket. Its glow pulsed faintly, as if breathing alongside him. He whispered, "You're safe now. I won't leave you." The dragon, small and frightened, finally let out a soft sigh, as if accepting that for the first time, there was a safe place in the world. Marcus smiled faintly, knowing the next challenge would be teaching it to trust fully, and surviving the dangers that lurked outside. For now, he allowed himself a rare moment of peace. A creature, so small and fragile, had chosen to stay. Courage, he realized, was not only about fighting, it was about standing between fear and harm and holding your ground when no one else would. The baby dragon had hidden in fear, but human courage had already changed its fate. The next morning, the hangar was quiet, but something felt different. The baby dragon no longer flinched at every step Marcus took. Its glowing scales were brighter, and it moved more freely on the blanket he had placed. Marcus noticed its small wings stretching slightly as it explored its small corner of the hangar. He crouched near it, careful not to startle the creature. "Good morning," he said softly. "Sleep well?" The dragon blinked, tilting its head in curiosity. Its tiny claws made soft tapping sounds on the metal floor as it approached cautiously. Marcus held out a hand, and the dragon sniffed it. Then, to his surprise, it nudged his palm gently with its snout. A small smile formed on Marcus' face. "That's it," he whispered. "You're learning to trust me." He reached into his bag and pulled out another piece of food. Slowly, he placed it near the dragon. This time, it ate without retreating. Every small movement, every tiny gesture of trust, filled Marcus with hope. Hours passed, and the storm outside returned in the distance, though it was faint now. Marcus worked quietly, fixing a drone, but he kept one eye on the dragon. The baby seemed fascinated by the machines, tilting its head as it watched the small moving parts. Its curiosity was growing, but so was its attachment. It stayed near Marcus now, no longer hiding in the shadows. "Looks like you like machines too," Marcus joked softly, though he doubted the dragon understood. Still, it chirped softly, a sound like a high-pitched whistle, and wagged its tail. Marcus laughed quietly. It was the first sound of joy in the hangar since the dragon's arrival. Over the next few days, Marcus built a small space for the dragon using spare crates, blankets, and old parts from drones. He made it cozy, warm, and safe. The baby dragon explored its little home but always returned to Marcus' side. Each day, Marcus offered food, water, and gentle words, and each day, the dragon became braver. One evening, as the sun set behind the hangar, Marcus noticed the dragon doing something unexpected. It nudged one of the broken drones toward him, as if offering it. Marcus laughed softly. "You want me to fix it?" he asked. The dragon chirped again, hopping around the drone. He realized the creature understood, at least in some small way, that he could help. Marcus began to talk more to the dragon, telling it stories of the colony, of the people who lived there, of life on this planet. The dragon listened quietly, occasionally flicking its wings or nudging him. Marcus imagined that someday, if it grew strong enough, it could even leave the hangar and explore the world with him. But for now, it stayed close, dependent and trusting. As the bond grew, Marcus noticed something extraordinary. When the dragon was near, his wounds and scratches from work seemed to heal faster, and he felt lighter, calmer. Its glow pulsed softly when he touched it, almost like a heartbeat. He wondered if this was a gift or just the power of trust between them. One night, a loud crash echoed outside the hangar. Marcus froze, heart racing. A patrol drone had malfunctioned again. The baby dragon leapt back in panic, wings flaring, glowing bright. Marcus held out a hand, speaking in a soft, steady voice. "It's okay. I'm here." Slowly, the dragon relaxed and returned to his side. Marcus realized then that trust wasn't something given all at once, it was built through small, repeated acts. Days passed, and the colony began noticing strange energy readings near Marcus' hangar. He worried someone might discover the dragon. One evening, his friend Elier Vance, a fellow engineer, appeared quietly in the hangar. Marcus tensed. "I'm not supposed to be here," he whispered. Elier's eyes widened as he saw the dragon. Is that what I think it is?" he asked. Marcus nodded. "It's harmless," he said. "And it needs help." Elier looked at the small creature, which chirped softly, then back at Marcus. "You're risking a lot," Elier said quietly. "But I'll help." Marcus' chest swelled with gratitude. He wasn't alone. Together, they could protect the dragon and keep it safe. The bond was no longer just between man and dragon, it had grown to include another human, united by courage and empathy. That night, Marcus watched the baby dragon curl up on its blanket. Its glow pulsed softly, filling the hangar with a gentle light. Marcus whispered, "You're safe here. I'll protect you." The dragon chirped in response, leaning slightly into his hand. The connection between them was growing stronger, a silent understanding of trust, safety, and care. For Marcus, it was a reminder of what courage truly meant. It wasn't only about fighting or surviving, it was about protecting those who couldn't protect themselves, even when the world outside was harsh and unforgiving. And the dragon, small and frightened when it first arrived, had begun to learn that courage existed in more than just humans, it could be shared, nurtured, and returned. The storm outside faded, leaving only the soft hum of rain against the hangar roof. Inside, Marcus and the dragon sat together in quiet companionship. One small life had found safety, and in return, it had given Marcus something he hadn't realized he needed: hope, wonder, and a reason to fight for more than just survival. And for the first time, Marcus truly understood that their bond was more than just friendship. It was the beginning of something extraordinary, something that could change everything. The hangar was quiet, but Marcus felt a growing tension in the air. The baby dragon rested on its blanket, glowing softly, but Marcus knew danger could come at any moment. The colony's patrols were strict. Any sign of an alien creature could bring trouble, serious trouble. He had hidden the dragon for days, but now he realized that secrecy could only last so long. Outside, the wind picked up, shaking the hangar doors. Marcus tightened his grip on a metal rod, thinking of what he would do if someone discovered the dragon. He had no weapons, just his knowledge of the hangar and the drones. He would have to be clever. Quick thinking could save both of them. Courage wasn't enough, strategy mattered now. Suddenly, the dragon stirred. It sniffed the air, wings twitching nervously. Marcus followed its gaze and saw movement outside the hangar's partially open doors. Patrol drones. 2 of them, hovering low, scanning the area. Their sensors were sharp. If they detected the dragon's heat or glow, it could be over before Marcus could react. "Stay calm," he whispered, kneeling beside the dragon. He stroked its small head, feeling the soft warmth under its scales. "I've got this. You don't have to be afraid." The dragon let out a soft chirp, leaning into his hand. Marcus took a deep breath. He needed a plan, and fast. He quickly moved toward a pile of crates and old drone parts. He began arranging them to block the patrol drone's sensors, creating shadows and hiding spots. The dragon followed, hesitating only once, then curling next to him as if offering its trust in return. Marcus realized how much the creature depended on him, and how much he had come to care for it. He couldn't fail. The patrol drones drew closer, their lights scanning methodically. Marcus ducked behind the crates, the dragon at his side. One of the drones hummed loudly, its sensors scanning the shadows. The dragon's glowing scales flickered in fear. Marcus held his breath, waiting for the light to pass. Each second felt like a lifetime. Then, a sharp noise echoed inside the hangar, a metal panel falling. The drone's sensors whirred as they turned toward the sound. Marcus knew there was no time to hide completely. Thinking quickly, he grabbed an old control panel and activated a faulty drone in the corner. It sprang to life, moving in the opposite direction of the patrols and drawing their attention. The plan worked. The drones followed the false signals, giving Marcus and the dragon a chance to move deeper into the hangar. He guided the baby toward a hidden nook he had prepared days earlier. The dragon hesitated, trembling, but Marcus's calm voice reassured it. Slowly, it followed him, settling into the safety of the shadowed corner. Marcus knew they weren't safe yet. The patrol drones were still outside, circling, scanning every inch of the hangar. He could hear their faint hum, moving back and forth. One wrong step could expose them. The dragon's small body pressed against his leg, and Marcus felt a surge of protectiveness. He would not let it be taken, no matter what. Hours passed. The patrol drones finally moved on, leaving only the distant hum of the colony at night. Marcus and the dragon remained still, neither daring to move. The creature leaned against him, its fear slowly giving way to trust. Marcus stroked its head, whispering, "See? Nothing can hurt us when we stay together." But just as he allowed himself a moment of relief, the dragon reacted suddenly. Its glowing scales flared brightly, startling Marcus. A small energy pulse escaped from its body, hitting one of the old drones. Sparks flew, and a faint alarm sounded. Marcus's heart raced. The drone had not been destroyed, but the noise could attract attention. Thinking fast, he grabbed the drone and tossed it into a corner, muttering, "Sorry, old friend." The dragon chirped softly, and Marcus realized it had not meant harm. Its fear had caused the flare, but it had also shown a strange power he didn't understand. The creature could defend itself, in a way, but its abilities were still unpredictable. Marcus settled beside the dragon, holding it close. "You're safe for now," he whispered. "We'll get through this." The dragon rested against him, wings folding neatly, its glow dimming as if exhausted from the scare. Marcus felt a mixture of pride and fear. The creature had survived its panic, and he had protected it, but tomorrow could bring an even greater challenge. He thought about the colony rules, the patrols, and the humans who would not understand. They would see the dragon as a threat, not a friend. Marcus realized that courage alone would not be enough. He would need cleverness, planning, and allies if they were to survive. He glanced at the dragon, its small body glowing faintly in the shadows. Together, they had faced fear, and together, they would face what came next. Outside, the storm had cleared, leaving only the faint hum of machinery and distant lights. Inside, the hangar was silent except for the soft breathing of the dragon and Marcus's steady heartbeat. Fear had tested their bond, and the bond had held. The baby dragon had hidden in terror, but human courage had shielded it, taught it trust, and given it hope. And Marcus knew one thing clearly: this was only the beginning. Danger was coming, and the world outside the hangar would not be kind. But for now, he allowed himself to rest, holding the small creature close. Courage was not just about survival, it was about protecting life, no matter the cost. Tomorrow, the real test would begin. The next morning, the hangar was still, but Marcus knew the calm would not last. Word of strange energy readings near his work area had already begun to circulate. Colony authorities were alert now, and the patrols would be more thorough. He glanced at the baby dragon, curled on its blanket, eyes glowing softly. It had survived fear, danger, and uncertainty, but now the real challenge was ahead, facing humans who might not understand. Marcus took a deep breath. He had a plan. The dragon's abilities, strange as they were, could change the colony's perception if shown carefully. But he had to act wisely. A mistake could cost the creature its life, or his. He whispered, "Stay close. We're going to show them you're not a threat." The dragon chirped faintly and leaned against his hand. Trust had grown into loyalty, fragile but real. He waited until the patrol drones passed, then opened the hangar doors just enough to reveal the dragon. Its small wings shimmered as sunlight caught them. One of the junior officers, sent to investigate, gasped. Is that an alien?" he asked, stepping back. Marcus remained calm. "Yes," Marcus said firmly. "It is. But it's not dangerous. It's intelligent, curious, and it needs protection. You need to see that it can help, not harm." The officer hesitated, unsure what to do. He glanced at the glowing scales, then at Marcus, sensing the sincerity in his voice. Marcus gestured to the dragon. "Watch." He tapped a drone lying nearby. The dragon understood immediately. It stepped forward, tiny claws pressing lightly on the controls. A faint pulse of energy surged from its body, repairing the drone in seconds. Sparks faded, and the machine hummed smoothly. Gasps came from the officers. Marcus saw awe and disbelief on their faces. It fixed the drone," one whispered. The dragon chirped softly, glowing faintly as if acknowledging their amazement. Marcus nodded. "Yes. It can enhance our technology, help protect the colony. It's not a threat, it's an ally." At that moment, the commanding officer arrived, flanked by more patrols. He studied Marcus and the dragon carefully. "You're risking colony safety for, what? An alien?" His tone was sharp, questioning, but Marcus held his ground. "I am," Marcus said calmly. "Because this creature is remarkable. It survived fear, it trusts me, and it can help us. We could learn from it, benefit from it, and maybe even survive dangers we cannot face alone. All I ask is for a chance to prove it." The officer narrowed his eyes, scanning the dragon, which now tilted its head, glowing softly, and stepped closer to Marcus. It nuzzled his hand, showing its bond. Marcus knew this moment was critical. Courage alone had brought them here, but empathy, action, and proof would seal their fate. Then the dragon did something extraordinary. It flared its glow, pulsing rhythmically like a heartbeat. Energy rippled across the hangar floor, lighting the walls in patterns of gold and blue. Machines nearby hummed in response. Marcus felt a warmth in his chest, a strange power linking him, the dragon, and the hangar together. The officers stepped back, mouths open, unsure whether to fear or marvel. This is incredible," one whispered. "It's helping the colony already." Marcus nodded. "Exactly. It's not just alive, it's remarkable. We should protect it, study it, learn from it." His voice was steady, confident. For the first time, the commanding officer seemed to consider it, his eyes scanning the dragon's glowing scales, then Marcus' calm determination. After a tense silence, he spoke. "We will not harm it, for now. But you, Hale, are responsible for its care and safety. If anything goes wrong, it will be on you." Marcus bowed his head slightly. "Understood. I accept responsibility." The baby dragon chirped softly, and Marcus smiled. Its trust had carried them this far, and now human courage and intelligence had ensured their safety. Together, they had faced fear, danger, and skepticism, and won. Later, Marcus returned to the hangar with Eliar. "Can you believe it?" Eliar asked quietly. "They actually let it stay." Marcus shook his head, smiling. "It wasn't luck. It was courage, patience, and proving that life, even alien life, deserves a chance." The dragon stretched, glowing softly, and nudged Marcus' hand. He realized that this small creature had changed him, too. He had learned the meaning of courage, compassion, and hope in ways he had never imagined. The bond they had built was more than friendship, it was a symbol of what humans could achieve when they chose to act with empathy and bravery. Word of the dragon spread through the colony, and people came to see it, marveling at its glowing scales, its gentle nature, and its incredible abilities. Marcus became a quiet hero, recognized not for weapons or machines, but for his courage and wisdom in protecting life. The colony learned a new lesson: fear could be overcome, and compassion could lead to greatness. As night fell, Marcus watched the baby dragon curl up on its blanket, glowing softly in the dim hangar light. The storm had long passed, leaving only a calm hum of machinery and distant lights. The colony was safe, the dragon was safe, and together they had faced danger and won. Marcus whispered, "We made it. You're safe. We're safe." The dragon chirped, leaning into his hand, and Marcus felt a quiet warmth in his heart. Human courage had changed everything, not just for the dragon, but for everyone willing to believe in hope, compassion, and bravery. And for the first time, Marcus understood that extraordinary courage could come from ordinary humans, and even the smallest life could inspire a new future for all.